Alright everybody, this is Earl and Earl here with Vince, also known as Jake Davis. We are playing a normal 5v5 game on Summoner's Rift, as if you didn't have any other choice. Right. Okay, so our team comps, I'm playing Teemo, Alistar is playing... Killdrop is playing Alistar, yep, great commentating skills. And Guernsey is playing Malzahar, Manifesto is playing Amumu, and Jake Davis is playing Nidalee. We are versing a Cho'Gath, a Kog'Maw, a Blitzcrank, a Lee Sin, and a Tristana. You will be seeing a lot more of these teammates here. We've gotten together a team. I'll fast forward it for you here. Not really anything exciting.
As you can see, Amumu is our jungler.
Yep, we have Amumu jungling. Tristana's here trying to check out. Holy shit, that's fast. I'm gonna stop that. We're just we're gonna help him out with the buff here. We didn't want to we didn't want him to get ganked. We didn't know how well the team was coordinated.
And right about here, we were all saying, let's go get Tristana.
Yeah, he was gonna headbutt her into the turret. And that, as you can see, didn't work out too great. Right here, if you would have stayed here, we would have got her.
Yeah.
Because he headbutts her into the wall here, and I started taking her out. Like one couple hits with a spear, and she'd have been done.
Yeah, it was busy running.
Whatever. We made her B, and the minions just spawned. But other than that, he helps him with blue buff, and Alistar and I head bottom. We have Guernsey as Malzahar mid, which worked out fairly well.
Mm-hmm. And Malzahar ends up going to leash blue buff for Amumu.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying it right now.
He was on the phone. Okay. So they don't have a jungler on their team, which worked out great for us, which left Manifesto free reign over all the jungle, which is, what, endless buffs almost, as long as he uses them well.
Quite lovely.
Blitzcrank and Lee Sin top. Jake Davis is soloing here. I'm just going to call him Vince. You'll get to know everyone else better. I'll try to do more dual comps with them throughout the rest of the summer. I have way more time. College is out for the summer. I'll just have work. So I'll try to get up a couple videos for you guys. Please leave comments. I'd like to know what you think. If it's really that bad of commentary, I can just stop. But, you know, I'd really like to keep making these videos. I'd like to help people who are starting this game and kind of need help and like to get a view at champions without Riot's awesome champion spotlights. Lee Sin.
Because I'm Lee Sin, blind monk. But
because I said so in chat.
Yeah, and a lot of heroes, they've only started doing it recently. I think they started it with like Nasus or something. They started doing the spotlight, so Teemo doesn't have one.
Yeah. A lot of the basic ones with the early champions. Alright, well, Kog'Maw and Cho'Gath didn't prove to be much trouble in the laning. They were... Kog'Maw is really squishy, and he was really gutsy overall, which he really shouldn't have been. And it led to a lot of early deaths for him, and it really fed me. I go AD, attack speed Teemo, so as you can assume, a fed Teemo is a problem for any team.
Fed Teemo is best Teemo.
Yeah. I'll let Jake talk to you about how he lane top by himself as Manifesto jungled.
Well, basically I wasn't used to playing against Lee Sin, since he's a new hero and all, but I basically just wanted to harass them as much as I could with those spears, which I missed a lot. But I also saw that Blitzcrank, he constantly tried pulling me. He would just try and pull me behind the minions or like into their tower and stuff. And solo laning, I don't really have anyone to help me out and CC them if I do run into trouble. So I really just had to be careful, which I learned later on. But since I was solo laning, I get double experience, so I can harass them a lot better, and I just chill on the turret and soak up experience.
Clarity helps too.
I grabbed Clarity since I was solo laning, and there you can see Blitzcrank pulled me. Since I was solo laning, I grabbed Clarity since I can't really leave the lane to my partner while I go get mana, since I am alone. Typically though, I grab Flash and Exhaust, just to slow people down and get ganks. But here I think I grabbed Flash and Clarity just for better laning, and Escapes if I need it.
Yeah, the junglers really do help your team. You get you get the two people who are supposed to, you know, have more experience than everyone else. Here, Malzahar gets ganked. Tristana comes out of the bushes with her jump, and they get the ignite off. They get the first blood. That was the only really negative thing that happened the rest of the game. I'm going to let you know now. Solo laning, the one thing I really seem to have trouble with is Manifesto or I will jungle, and we won't have a full team, and we'll end up having some idiot by himself up top, and he can't handle it. I mean, it's not that it's just he gets overwhelmed and he doesn't use his abilities correctly, and it's nice to have a character like Nidalee up top who can heal and poke without having to be too close, especially with a character like Blitzcrank who can pull, and Lee Sin who can chase effectively with his teleporting move.
And all of his CC and everything. Yeah, that's something about solo laning. It's not for every hero. Basically, anyone that can go solo center can solo any other side just fine. But if you're playing someone that's like really squishy and doesn't have any good escapes or anything like to heal themselves or anything for longer laning, it's really not going to be a good idea.
I lagged there. Ignited a minion. I was pretty pissed, but I don't think it would have got Kog'Maw anyways. Pushing him pretty easily. Nothing too tough here. As you can see, Kog'Maw's health. One Alistair combo with me just drained his health bad. He, like I said, was being way too aggressive against us, letting Alistair get way too close. It was his own downfall. I'm not going to blame the whole entire loss on him, but he did not help their team very much. His creep score-wise, I wasn't doing too hot, but he had 2. He has 2 creep score, and I had 16, yeah, and Cho'Gath had 10. So, I mean, Alistar really couldn't do much. Kog'Maw has been poking him the whole time, and Teemo's just more of an effective minion killer with his poison and everything, so... But still, he was pretty much an assist beast the entire game. We just killed Kog'Maw, didn't we? I missed it, didn't I?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we did. Alright, well, I apologize for that. I was talking, but we killed him. And I promise you will see more than just that one kill this game.
And, Lee Sin, he's sort of starting to make a push towards River. We threw a ward in River for by Baron. Not because Baron's going to show up this early, but it really tells us if they're MIA top lane, we know for sure that they're going to mid. And it's just really nice. Try and throw them in the really high traffic areas, and you'll be able to see them. And there, Lee Sin, he's heading down the river, and then Blitzcrank's also MIA, but then he shows up. Oh, yeah, I'm a liar.
No, he comes down eventually. I watched this. What we did was, Manifesto's running around. He's using whatever spare cash he can to get wards, since he's going to be around the map anyways. And being Teemo, you know, the awesome support, Malzahar just got a kill on Tristana. I believe Lee Sin comes down the river now.
Yeah, and that's why I start heading that way.
Yep. I start using my traps as wards. I throw one in the bush, obviously, to watch that. I throw one up by Dragon. It's got a pretty good area of sight effect on it, so it was very helpful. Here's Lee Sin coming on down, thinking he's sneaky. They didn't ward very much. We got a full buff to Moo and Nidalee coming up. Hits him with... Oh,
yeah,
that sucked. Did it hit him or did it...
It did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died very fast. I'm assuming it hit him. LOL recorder just didn't show it because I wasn't looking.
Yeah, it showed, or it did a lot of damage on him. I did it at full range.
Oh yeah.
I love Nidalee.
Yeah. Kog'Maw's back after dying. Low health still from getting poked. I forgot that Teemo had 30-second cooldowns on traps, so that's why I'm sitting there like an idiot. Cho'Gath just kind of ate through my traps. He didn't really seem to care. They didn't do too much damage at my lower levels, so you'll see later on he just kind of walks through every single trap ever and loses only like a quarter of his health. Up here, me and Manifesto and I go to grab Dragon. Malzahar comes to help. Unfortunately, Dragon just did too much damage. We couldn't kill him fast enough, and he ends up dying, which sucked. But
it's better than
we all got the gold, I guess. Yeah.
It's better than the other team getting the kill because they don't get any experience for it.
He got that one shot off and finished him. They saw that he died. Cho'Gath getting all curious. As you can see, this is a good showing of how the traps work. I obviously saw him because of me, but I have this trap here. It's got a pretty good area of sight on it. You can see it better here. I can see if he's checking, you know, for that quick second. You know, if I end up placing, you know, one there, you have that constant view, and it's only 100 mana and a few seconds of waiting and then it explodes when they find it. So it gets the damage in, you get to see if they're coming or not. It's also great for when they get away. You'll see later on, Tristana comes running down to try and gank, and Malzahar comes down and catches her, and she almost runs right into the trap to get the kill. So if he would have been out of mana or whatever, or somebody else came and started messing him up, and she would have ran right into it and it would have finished her off.
I think Lee Sin just went MIA top, so he might be heading down the river. I'm going to check the bushes.
Yeah, I think he threw a trap in there. That's what that green dot is on the map. We're winning 3-1. Creeps overall winning. Malzahar's rocking it with his creep score. I mean, it is a normal game, but it is a 5v5 game, and we are, you know, I don't know what word I'm looking for. We're a pre-arranged team. There we go. That's what I'll go with.
Pre-mace.
Yeah, there we go. Pre-made. I don't know why I didn't know that name. So you expect to verse another pre-made team. Alistar's kind of roughing him up here, taking more damage than he's dealing though, but I show up and Cho'Gath immediately leaves. I go with the flash, pop the ignite, pop my move quick ghost ability, and Cho'Gath dies. Not Cho'Gath, Kog'Maw rather, dies again. And then we start messing up. Cho'Gath hit a trap.
He headbutts him.
Alistar headbutts him into the wall.
I love the new Alistar. He had that before, but he was also doing that damage that whole time he was running next to him.
Yep.
Trample is a great addition. Like,
I'm gonna have to agree.
He wasn't underpowered per se, but he wasn't as good as he could have been. But now he's actually he's a pretty good hero, and I'm enjoying it. Something I wanted to say earlier about Nidalee's traps. There's a little trick to them when you throw them down, and that's where I learned I shouldn't be standing there anymore. But there's a little trick I've learned with her traps is if you throw them down for about a half a second when you throw them, you have area of sight. So if you want to check a bush without actually going in it, throw one in the bush and it'll give you like a little burst of sight. Although it doesn't always work. So don't take that, or don't be like, he lied to me, and be like, oh, he's not in the bush, I already checked it. Because it's not positive, but it is a good thing, because when it does work, it tells you that they're there.
We roughed up Cho'Gath, Alistar knock up in the air headbutt combo, and it kills him. 3-0 right about now. Yeah, Tristana comes down for the gank. Malzahar using my trap awareness and knowing that obviously he was midding against her. Comes down, she hits my trap, a little bit of damage and a slow. Good combo. I was just like, you know, whatever, he's got that. So I left, no need to. I mean, I could have got the assist, but right there, like inches away from kill stealing there. Which is fine. I replaced my trap here, which is pretty good. Right here is a good trap spot. Right there is a good trap spot. Just common pathways for people. Even, you know, common ward spots are also common mushroom placement. You could even place a mushroom on top of the ward, you know, why not?
A good place to lay them is like around corners and stuff.
Yep.
Because when, say you click on the map to tell someone to go, or tell your person to go across the map, they're going to take the shortest route possible, which means that they're going to cut as many corners as they can. So they're going to run right along the edge of the map. So if you can guess that they're going to do that, you can just lay them there and they're going to run into them so much.
I'm sure you guys noticed, they're more of like basic. The commentaries we're trying to do is just an introduction of how I plan on doing a few commentaries, just a dual one with a friend, you know, sitting down talking about how we played. Malzahar just got killed there. What I was going to do is kind of give helpful tips for someone just starting. Cho'Gath here running through every trap and not caring. Kind of disheartening. But, so like little tips like that, you know, if you're going to mid-teamo, in the mid here, there's not like a lot of super easy places you can place his mushrooms that people are going to hit it. So what you're going to want to do is put him here, Put them even here. Minions don't go down there unless you lead them down there, so don't do that. Here, common escape paths from turrets. Common entrances for ganks, or leaving from failed ganks. Speaking of ganks,
sight as opposed to actually hitting them.
Yep, it's so, like he said, the shortest path thing. You know, they come in, they come around the corner without thinking, or they're trying to get away. Perfect executed gank here. Perfectly grabs Kog'Maw, pops his ult. I throw on ignite, get a couple shots off. He gets the kill, no problem. Holy crap! I don't know what happened to my mouse there. Losing a little bit of health, but keeping racking up on the money. I grabbed a Madred's and a Berserker's Greaves. I go straight into Madred's Blood Razors for the 4% health knockoff. I'm assuming that most of you guys know, at least item-wise, what you're talking about, if you're even going on YouTube to search up commentary videos, so give you benefit of the doubt there. Tristana.
Kill drop pops is fortified because they're starting to push with 3.
Yep. They pull them in here. If I recall, this fight actually goes more towards our our side of the spectrum.
Battle.
Yes.
It's in our favor.
I will go with Spectrum. Yeah. He gets killed by, I think, an unlucky shot. The one shot off of Tristana. And Lee Sin gets away with 46 health.
It was actually mainly the minions that did damage to me at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of the casters, because their little shots follow you. And I had just a little bit, I had like 5 health, and then I got hit with like one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those things, kind of like Dragon got that one last shot off on him. So, remember people, low levels minions aren't to be, or forced to be reckoned with, rather. You know, if you fight near minion wave, then the minions are going to attack you if you attack a champion.
It's like having an ignite on you. You're just going to take extra damage over time.
So, remember low level. We got another combo off on Kog'Maw. I think he gets away this time, though, but no big deal. So I get a couple shots off on Cho'Gath before he gets out of there. The more health I drain down on him, the better. I lead them into the trap, like I was saying earlier. They're not going to walk in that bush unless you let them walk into the bush chasing you.
A great tactic with Alistar is if you're trying to go for a gank or just get extra damage on someone, don't just try and headbutt them around or stun them or whatever. Stun first, and then that'll give you extra time to run past them and headbutt them backwards. Try and hit them into your turret, into your minion wave, away from their turret.
Into anywhere. A Teemo trap?
Yeah.
Teemo traps do slow everybody, and I do it again, like an idiot. I wasn't happy, but oh well. My fault. Into a Teemo trap, they slow, so you're knocking them backwards, so they're losing ground to their turret or safety, and then they're getting slowed as they get there. So Teemo, Alistar combo worked out perfectly. I'm sure an Alistar would almost work well with any other champion, except for someone who can't really do damage, so don't like throw him in there with Soraka or something and expect it to be godlike.
If you're playing Alistar, or if you're playing like ranked or you're playing against like a Fiddle or a Nunu, Alistar would be a great choice to counter them, because his headbutt, it doesn't actually go by your movement speed. You don't need to be like right next to him. He has a range on it, so he'll just dash right to them. So let's say Fiddle or Nunu is using their ultimate. If you just target them with your headbutt, you'll dash right through that, knock them away, canceling Nunu's ult and knocking Fiddle away from the crowd. So if he's trying to go for like mass ganks, then he doesn't really have a chance. Right there, like I said, he pounds the ground, which stuns Kog'Maw, and then he headbutts them backwards, just so he doesn't get to his turret.
Kog'Maw's ult also blows up traps, apparently. So, I saw that. I just took it out. Not his ult, his passive, sorry. When he dies, he runs around for a few seconds with increased movement speed. And he explodes. It did take out my trap over there, so...
I always forget about it, and typically...
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole Karthus effect. You just gotta kill up top. People forget that Karthus can cast when he's dead, and they just sit there, and you're just like, why?
It's like, oh, he has a pretty cool dying sequence. Oh, no, those are all of his spells.
Yep. We're out killing them with minions.
Yeah, we're up 7 kills, so we're doing just fine. And he's got 4-0 with 2 assists.
We're up. We're tied with turrets. Tristana went up and pushed a little bit ago, and then she comes down to help. I have lower health, so Tristana, being an idiot, comes in to try to help Cho'Gath. Not really an idiot, rather, but just unlucky, I'd go with. Went to go back to try to help Cho'Gath get away. Got caught in Muumu's ult.
focusing the healing tank.
Yeah, they focused. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they left me alone most of the game. As you can see, I haven't died yet. 5-0-2. I think they just kind of gave up on trying to kill me. I'm not really sure. Couple of close calls. Mainly when later on in the game, you'll see that when that comes. I'm not gonna throw in spoilers. Make you guys watch.
Or I ended up going mid just because the minions were pushing a little bit, and Malzahar was back at the base, and I just wanted to push mid turret.
Huge lag. We were here, and they were turret humping really hard the entire game, so we had Nidalee and Malzahar push, which worked out perfectly, but unfortunately Lee Sin had the ideas of his own, and this turret's down pretty low. He was solo laning, you know, you can hold them off to where they don't destroy the turret immediately, but you can't hold them off indefinitely. That's just, they'll just they'll kill the minions faster than you. And so what we just did was, we were like, you know, even if he destroys the turret, just go kill him. I mean, yeah, they pushed the turret, but we end up figuring that it'll come down to either pushing one lane or the other. So yes, they get the turret down, but we weighed the options and decided that him dying.
And right there, I threw a spear right before he died, because I didn't know that Malzahar shot off a ball, which ended up getting the last hit. But if he wouldn't have gotten that, you want to throw the spear ahead of them, so like where they're running, so they run into it, as opposed to right where they're at, because you'll miss. And a really good tactic, if you're chasing, is to throw a spear, and then go into your cat form, and then pounce to get extra speed. I don't know what Tristan was doing.
I don't know either. She thought that was a really sneaky escape.
She's like, I just want to show off this tactic.
Yeah, very clever. No one's ever thought of that before, I'm sure. But super original.
Throw a spear, turn into cat form, and like you get the you get the increased movement speed, and you can pounce, which gives you a little bit of like burst movement. And then you can just change back to a human and throw another spear, and you get tons of damage.
Malzahar tanking Dragon like a boss. And then we have Cho'Gath, who saw us kind of walk up there towards Dragon, was sort of investigating. I noticed Lee Sin coming, so I had Malzahar come up here and help me. So we go and grab go ahead and grab the gank on him pretty easily. He tried finishing off Malzahar, it didn't quite work. Cho'Gath gets headbutted right into my trap, as I was saying earlier, but Cho'Gath's so large, that was just going to happen anyways. He ends up getting away, unfortunately. Every time he went in the bush, I just lost target. Malzahar with the awesome stun here. Sorry, Tristana, that sucks.
No, I end up getting him.
Yeah, you do, I forgot. And then your heal, and yep. And then Blitzcrank and
he runs right past me.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm going to come back.
Manifesto's beating the shit out of the turret. And no, he doesn't finish it off. He comes to help. I came too, threw a trap in case they chased. Blitzcrank comes running through the bush. Kog'Maw, not as lucky. That spear wrecked his health, and then he ulted him in. Blitzcrank's overdrive gets him out of there, though.
Like I said, I always forget about Kog'Maw's his whole
exploding.
I just ran right into it.
Yep, but
yeah, back there, I don't know what was up with that Blitzcrank. He wasn't bad because he was actually really good at like pulling me and stuff, but before he even went to that team fight, he used his ultimate not around anyone. He might have just hit the wrong button or something, but right there they pop up Fortify, but it's kind of pointless because they're just tanking it.
Yep. It would have went down anyways. They just delayed it.
40 seconds.
I've been delaying my B to the shop for a while. As you can see, I have 4,600 gold saved up from basically Kog'Maw. I think one Cho'Gath and a Kog'Maw. Tristana comes. She's taking out Nidalee. I come to hold her off. She decides she's the best ever and shoots her ult and helps us. So we just leave. And Alistar kind of just knocks him up and pieces out himself. So I don't know what they were going for, but it wasn't anything effective and it ended up not working anyways. Once again here, cat form for the win.
And you get that, her passive, you get increased movement speed when you go through bushes by like 20%, I think. So if you're running away with Nidalee, and I know the direct route, you might not want to run through a bush, but if you're running next to a bush, take the half second to turn left and then run back out, and you get a lot more speed. They also lose sight of you unless there's a ward there. So, I mean, you run into that for that second, and then you leap out, and you have the increased movement speed for that whatever seconds. Also, if you have it on you, it'll last 2 seconds. I missed the kill, sorry. If you have it on you for 2 seconds, you leap from a bush into another bush,
then you get it back on you again. It'll just keep popping up. And
it lasts for a few seconds after you get out of the bush. Too.
Yeah, it stays on you the whole time you're in a bush. It doesn't go off until you leave the bush. Bush. I think I said bush enough in that sentence there. We're pushing mid pretty well. Throwing spears at people.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Nah, it's alright though. It made him run away. Bottom, nah, it's just like a wave and a half there. Pushing. I grab my Madred's Blood Razors and a BF sword. Tristana
is silly.
Somehow gets away. I don't know. If I would have got the Ignite off, she would have got away.
This is silly. Let's crank. He pulled me.
I go to grab red buff. He pulls him, pops his ult.
As I'm running into him, he's like, oh, this is a good
Alistair headbutt and charge, or whatever his knock-up ability is. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
I can't remember.
Manifesto comes in with a great bandage toss, and my Ignite/poison finishes him off. And then I finally get to get red buff after...
You become good godlike.
Yeah. 7-0-5. We're winning 19-4, guys. It was almost unfair. It was just a really good game to start off our first teams, like our very first team comp, and working together, trying to get map awareness down and paying attention to really using our classes to their full potential. Alistar, 0-8, but he hasn't died, and he has 8 assists. So
Alistar is really
who
good
could
support.
complain? Yeah, he's a great tank and support.
Especially since the recent patch on him, or a really good build for him is to build him support, because he has the natural tankiness. You don't really need to put that much defense on him. Sure, put some health, but actually a really good health one would be Spirit Visage, because that'll help your healing abilities. If you build him support, it's a really good tactic. And we pull another tower right there.
Yep. MIA went out a little late, unfortunately, on our behalf, but they, this part, my favorite part in the entire game, I don't know if you saw this, but this is just how bad these people were, I think. I come down to save them, he has 170 health left, boom, finish off Lisa and no health. They are that greedy. They just let me shoot them, and chased him to try to get the kill.
I remember you talking about this.
70, 80 health, finished off Kog'Maw. He runs the wrong way to blow up. Cho'Gath's here with low health. I'm chasing him with red buff, which is awesome on Teemo. And he runs in the bushes and I finish him off. So I got 3 kills because they didn't want to turn around and hit me or run away. Greediness.
Yeah, it's really not a good idea to be greedy. It would, most of the time, 90% of the time, it's better. Yeah, they failed though. It's 90% of the time, it's better to run away than try and dive for that extra kill, because that extra kill isn't going to help you that much, and you're just going to feed them if you end up dying. Unless you know you're positively going to get it, but Amumu was faster than them, and yeah.
It was just silly.
Not worth it at all.
It was just one of those moments where you're like, what? Pretty sure that's where they lost all hope. They surrendered, voted that one time. It failed. I'm assuming somebody thought that they could handle it. Tristana thought she could handle me, leaps right in front of my trap, so if she would have tried to run away...
I kind of kill-steal that one.
No, you didn't kill-steal. It was fine. But we kind of fight him off here. I finish off Blitzcrank, but Cho'Gath comes in. Ah! 60 health! I think you... Nope.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I had a heal. My health was up, but then I must have lost it with Lee Sin. But, yeah, I got away really, really lucky there. And then you guys finish off Cho'Gath.
In cat form, and...
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good. Just hit R, turn into cat form, and then just spam, just QW.
Pop your combo and pop out and heal.
And then just go back to human and heal. And if they're running, throw a spear.
Yep.
Another cool thing about Nidalee's heal is you can get extra attack speed. So actually a really good tactic if you're going for like an early gank, waiting in the bushes in the beginning of a game. You can actually, or just heal your partner if they're someone that does more damage, like Renekton or something. Heal them so they get the extra attack speed, and and you'll get an early gank most of the time, unless they both run in.
Especially if they have some sort of CC.
And the Jesus minion taking out the turret.
Yeah, the minions pushed down here. They weren't paying attention. Yeah, I'm assuming. Lee Sin, I think he just lost all hope and suicided. Poor blind monk didn't know what he was doing. Mumu's ult, Tristana gets destroyed. Cho'Gath's kind of like, oh god, I'm out of here. And Kog'Maw's being useless. I don't like to talk trash about people, but this... I mean, and then they surrender. So I grabbed Red Buff and Dragon and wasn't even there for the last half of the fight. And I grabbed a Black Cleaver and a Phage. So it just would have been GG anyways. Well, alright guys, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe. I hope to get another one of these videos up soon.
Victory!
Goodbye.
Continue.
Okay.